as best as we can. But first, we got to get some warp sounds loaded up. And these are NFTs we own, and we'll just get some intro music going here. And a little self-advertising as people follow in there. I see Jacob in there. Let's get him up there as a co-host, because why not?
Sounds good.
All right, we're going to get going there. There's the Novo verse. You can find that in Descent. And that link tree is also in my bios in Twitter, so you can find that. And this is streaming just about anywhere you can find out things are streaming. We're going to lead it off to welcome all my aliens, apes, and zombies. And we have a good friend back at the Novoverse. Vincent, how are we doing, my friend?
Doing good. I'm doing good. Always glad to be back. Novo's good energy, good friends. So I'm definitely, happy to be back here. Share some exciting stuff. Hey, man, it's Novo's space. So happy to be here.
It's not my space. It's all of our space right now. And I want to
sir.
There's a whole bunch of people watching live on Twitter. So, if you're watching that Twitter feed, thank you for watching that Twitter feed. The spaces, a lot of people are just going right to the live video feed. So we're watching you live, Vincent, on the live video on Crypto Novo's Twitter handle. And, I want to thank you because you reached out to me. I was trying to think like, well, what's happening this month? Because it is wake up, the first of the month, get up. It's the first of the month. And, I was just like, what's happening this month? Well, a big thing that's happening, at least for myself and a lot of people, is NFT NYC. And a couple days back, you actually sent a little flyer about a gathering. So tell us about this gathering that you have planned here on Wednesday, June 22nd.
Definitely, yeah. So what you're seeing is, a coalition of, organizations, both in, different African countries and here in the U.S. So you have the African NFTs, you have Dozier Arts, which is myself, you have Afropolitan, and you have a couple other DAOs that's coming together, to put together an event. It's kind of like a mixture / showcase events, to give African artists the opportunity to showcase, their work during NFT NYC. We've put out an open call already, and we've had about 200 people submit open calls from all different genres, from photography to fashion NFTs to art NFTs to poetry, music. So it's an event that you want to be at because we are definitely bringing the African culture, and we're bringing different artists from different African countries, and giving them an opportunity for them to showcase their talent. And then this is also going to be a good event for you to come and see a lot of movers and shakers that are doing things on the African continent, in the Web3 spaces, and I mean in the Web3 industry. So this is our own, just trying to showcase to the world what we Africans, have to offer in the Web3, space. So it's definitely going to be a good time. Beautiful venue right there in Midtown Manhattan. So we invite everybody to to come on down and just enjoy with us. African music, uh, African art, Web3, Web3 mixed with African culture. So it's something. It's gonna be something fun. So I just want to invite everybody that's listening to me, all the Novo fans, people that are listening to us right now. Just go on RSVP. It's free, no payment. Just come on down and have a good time and look at some beautiful NFTs from African creators.
And there's one thing that, to show how far your hard work has gone. I mean, reaching out to me in Miami to giving me your dashikis. And then this is inside of a World of Women event. So, I mean, it just
Yeah.
goes hand in hand where we are doing the in real life events, networking with the right people here by this beautiful rooftop pool. I mean, just one of the highlights of what's happening in the NFT space for sure, and
Mhm.
showcasing what you're doing and giving out the traditional garment, and I wear it proudly. With my anonymity within there, but I was happy to seek you out and get a good conversation with you going.
Yes, definitely. Miami was, like I said, Miami was. I mean, Art Basel Miami was, crazy. The NFT community took over Art Basel. It was, they had the most, they had the most craziest events.
I could tell by the smile on your face because I know we were both there. It was nuts, and
Yeah, they trust me. They had the craziest events. You had people still waiting outside of venues, still trying to get in. And, even when events were over.
even when it closed and the music was off, people are still waiting in line to try to get.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So Miami was definitely memorable, and I still say thank you to you for we got to a party where I needed some help to get in, and Novo kind of like just stretched his arm and just pushed me in, and that was how I got into the venue. So good man right there. So
that was pretty crazy, wasn't it?
yeah.
It was.
Yeah,
That
so
was.
good man right there. I had to come back and show appreciation.
I mean, we were chilling like seconds after that. We were chilling with Artifact. We were chilling with Gary V. We
Yeah,
were chilling with Marshmallow.
marshmallow. Yeah,
We were chilling, man. It got pretty deep pretty quickly, my friend. Pretty
yeah,
quickly, my friend.
yeah,
And yeah, well, that's what we do in this space. It's the NFT community for a reason. And you had a message to get out there. I want to make sure that message is out there. And now it's almost coming full circle where you're able to create that community in effect now
yeah,
because I mean, you were talking to myself and Jacob in the green room from Flex. That's FLECS. And you were talking in the green room how you just came back from the venue in New York because you're in New Jersey. If I don't want to dox you too much, but you're in New Jersey right now currently. But you
yeah,
just came back from the venue on 54th Street around that range, right?
yeah. That's
So now
around.
so now it comes from going to these parties to hosting parties and bringing in people. Well, you're saying like from all of Africa. Like that's crazy. Think of an entire continent of people that you're going to be hosting, not like an entire continent as far as the amount of people, but people from different cultures within that entire continent, which is crazy.
Mhm. Yes, definitely, and that's one of the good things that you know, of that's one of the good things of going out and mingling with people because NFT NYC last year, that was when I met you at the I think the Super Chief Gallery. Last year was the spark. Me just going out there, looking at what people are doing, going out to these events, and then I went to Miami and saw their own saw the events too. So I do going out to these events inspired me to want to also create a space that we could, showcase, African art, because, you go out to these events, everybody has their own style, everybody has, their own culture, what they're pushing, and, and you just have to, get inspired by what they're doing. I remember going to the foundation event in Miami. um, I went to, I believe Rock Nation did an event, also in Miami. The Super Chief Gallery event in New York. Man, the Bored Ape event last year in New York was crazy. They had a yacht party. They had merch stores. They had all kind of crazy stuff. And you go out and you see what people are doing, and you come back and you get creative, to tell your own story and tell your community story. And that's what we're hoping to achieve with this event that we have coming up.
And speaking of events, this may be a good tie-in to someone else who's here with us, Jacob, because he was able to I kind of tracked you down when you were at VCon a little bit here,
Yeah.
and just seeing like kind of iPhone because I wasn't there, but just seeing like actually you had pictures of you sitting, you were pretty dang close to there, like you were like. I saw a picture of you, and you were like, I looked like you were like 15th row or something, like super close. So
Yeah.
how do you introduce yourself? Talk about the IRL experience a little bit, and actually what you're into right now in the space.
Yeah, I mean, just came back from VCon and debated NFT NYC because like digital's fun and all, but there's nothing like actually bumping into people in real life, especially when you're hanging with them online all day. So it was VCon was like top notch conference. I know like a bunch of other people there went to a bunch of other conferences and like in the NFT space, and they ranked it high up there. And Snoop Dogg and Pharrell and all the big names came and talked, and it was just a cool time and sort of chaotic. And I didn't stand in line to get a signature from Gary Vee or to selfie pic, but I did sort of ambush him on the way up a stairwell one time with him and his whole bubble of team. And I got a fist bump through them. So but no, it was a fun event, and sort of it's kind of it ties well with sort of what I'm building with Flex too. It's one of the top features that we're going to be rolling out is to facilitate using NFTs as in real life event tickets, and also messaging. So the back end logistics of all those things. So it's kind of it's a funny thing it's all correlating right now. And basically, just to jump into Flex, I'll just talk about that now, but it's basically a security solution. And because typically how everybody interacts with NFTs and all sorts, like we're talking about events, we're talking about like messaging, all these things you can do with NFTs, but the typical way you interact is you go to a site, you connect your wallet, you hope that's the right site. And you just didn't lose all your assets right then. And then from there, once you're verified and stuff, then they send you through either email or Discord or some other way, the details and all those things and the logistical stuff. And VCon, they had this separate app, but you had to go connect your wallet to that app to scan in at the door. But yeah, Flex is sort of the innovation there is like, we're like, I don't like connecting to things, but I still want to, gain utility out of my NFTs. So
Yeah,
they
you don't have token gated access to set yourself apart from others and be able to get in places. Yeah, I totally get it. This is awesome. This is pretty cool. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that's like the whole promise of NFTs is to be able to do all these things, and everything is token gated, and I think it's going to eventually eat the world. But like the problem is like you sort of risk your assets every time you try to tap into this. So we thought of a way to do it where you never you never expose your wallet, but you still get on-chain verified. And basically, where we just took the, how you verify a bank account is you send a micropayment, and then you tell the bank what that micropayment was. Well, you can do a similar thing with the blockchain, and just like, so our app prompts you to send a payment under 20 cents to an address at a specific time. And if that happens, then the person signing up on the app, we can safely assume, oh, okay, this person owns this wallet. Like, because otherwise, they're basically, we went to the ETH street. We asked we called out for somebody to throw 50 cents into the street. And if that happened, then we can safely say, okay, then this person is the person that, controls this wallet, and they never had to connect. And so even if we're compromised or anything like that, and like we go forward, that's sort of what we're hoping to solve, is that basic security solution that when sort of bridging NFTs to the real world, you never have to expose your assets, and you can keep them cold. And that's the core principle. Where we hope eventually on every site there is a wallet connect for on-chain stuff, like for an NFT project like minting or staking or anything that actually on chain, and for everything else like merch, tickets, meetings, everything else, you click the flex button. And that's pretty much what we're trying to build. We're just now taking on beta testers. We should be live quite soon with our first 2 feature sets, which is in real life events and messaging from NFT holder to NFT holder. But yeah,
it's weird how this conversation does correlate today on this welcoming Wednesday. And we're definitely welcoming people in NFT space, because it is about getting that IRL event out of these situations and how to make those experiences even better. And Jacob, you were able to experience firsthand of being at VCon and talking with other people that have been to other places where, all right, well, VCon did have an application where you're able to see where the speakers were at, see what time things were at, see the different components and different parts of the venue where, other conferences prior just didn't either have that technology set up yet or aren't that organized. And now, hyper extend that to what people want to do now, is where you're having access gated through the NFTs that you own. So now to get into certain events, possibly to Vincent's events here, it could be something token gated where you own the NFT, you own possibly a POAP that they got, a wearable that they got through it, and it allows them access into it. This is this like a side chain? Like what are you? Is this a side chain? Ethereum based?
Yeah.
How are you doing microtransactions?
So basically, it's just on Ethereum, and so that like basically it's a paid app, but we're paying Ethereum, and pretty much to send 20 cents on Ethereum costs about $2, and it's eventually will support all chains that have valuable NFTs on them, because why not? And and it'll be more efficient other places. But honestly, right now the NFTs that you don't want to connect your wallet to are on Ethereum, so that's where we're first supporting. And honestly, it's sort of like a non-chain solution. Our app just looks at the blockchain. It actually doesn't do anything on the blockchain.
I get it. I see. I get it. That summed it up for me right there. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I do like the aspect of actually having a paid transaction that washes out any bot activity. And if someone wants to buy a million wallets worth at 20 cents a piece, well, then your business plan works, it's simple as it is.
And then they'd have control of the million wallets they just spun up, which doesn't have any NFTs in them, and wouldn't. Jacob,
they just created the world's largest party. That's what they just did.
they
They
just
the
did.
world's largest party, and you can sponsor it by after that, and we can.
We were really curious how like some of these spam NFTs would sort of try to function on our platform
That'd be
because
great. That'd be great. You'd suck them in because you could just you can almost deplete their resourced income through ways of just having open wallet access towards them if they're willing to pay that.
yeah, and just another like thing. So we're token gating. Like you can't invite any other people unless they're in that project, and you can't see events that are happening unless they hold that NFT. So it's gonna be real interesting to see how people try to get it around. But so basically, for Vincent's project, like if you had an NFT that people owned, then only people that held that could see the event coming up and stuff like that, and they would only those would get the invites. So that's the thought process there. And so I'm sure there will be some spam project that comes in and tries to buy their way through, but it's going to be expensive for them. And I think it'll be good for the whole space for them to have less money in their bank account. So, but yeah.
There's other things that you are connected to here. If you look on your Twitter handle right there, you do have obviously your Twitter profile, LinkedIn profile, a podcast, Instagram, which I am on. You got the Flex app, and then you also have the Book Games cheat sheet. So you are well resourced in this game, very knowledgeable of the VFriends, VCon, IRL events, which, if people are showing up to IRL events, I know that they are dedicated to trying to learn more, because that's what you do, is network and learn more. That's why you go to these places. Very similar to how Vincent and I were able to network and learn more from each other.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Nova, what are you working on? Do you have anything new coming up? Any surprises for NFT NYC?
Yeah.
Are we gonna see a new mask? What do you have planned for us? Because I know you're speaking, right? So what do you have planned for people?
Man, I have two things that are gonna hopefully be capital A awesome. One, I don't know what I can and can't talk about. I'm trying to get myself as close to Radio City Music Hall as possible. If it's getting a ticket in there to watch someone, or just getting on stage to do a talk or presentation. But what I'm going to be doing, Wangster, hello, welcome, thank you for listening. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be getting on stage with two people who helped create the Novoverse, and that is none other than BeskRx. And he is going to dox himself, and we're going to find out who he actually is behind the scenes, because he's been anonymous just like me from the beginning. And he might be on stage without a mask, and he's going to do that on purpose. And the other one is JRR Token, another one that has just been a catalyst in the space, in the Novoverse space, and he's been on the live streams with me plenty of times. He has AR that looks exactly like him, because I was able to meet him in person. And we're going to try to get them on who else knows, but special guests might be in that power panel. So I'm going to try to transfer this mind into bringing my friends up there and doing a panel and talking about what we've been through in this last, not only a year, but just especially since I last spoke at NYC NFT, or NFT NYC, where it was, I was very new to the space, and now where JRR Token is at now, where he's actually working at now. BeskRx and myself, we were almost like a Romeo and Juliet, where we worked at separate companies, where separate NFT companies, per se, advertising for competitors. So like, we weren't able to really speak openly about projects we were working on in the NFT space. So what I'm working on is a master story to help progress this NFT space at NYC NFT, and then also like getting to these different parties is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole thing, is showing off what I am wearing, and you know that is my own flex, to use a play on words here.
Mm.
So I built a little something in the Novoverse as well, and in that Novoverse, we're able to do some live streaming, and we were able to have a birthday for Mr. Dinja, who's the person who created the Novoverse physically. So soon we'll be able to rent it out for Decentraland parties, so people can just go there, have fun, hang out with their friends, buy and sell wearables, listen to music, have live DJs. So we were able to have a pretty hopping party. I mean, there's a pretty good number of people who showed up in the Novoverse, and yeah, it was it's fun, man. It's a good place. So eventually, selfishly, going to make some money there from renting it out for parties, because there are people who are interested in having these types of events there. So if you are interested in that, you know, hit me up in the Novoverse. There's a shill for myself. But you know, Jacob or Vincent, any questions for each other while you guys got each other on here? I mean, we have, you know, some token gated access. I mean, Jacob, maybe that's something that we talk about, is how we get that access into Decentraland, into the Novoverse. You know, I mean, maybe we talk about a mana sidechain project here of how people could get in there and then, you know, just charge them a mana or something like that, which is like $1 or something like that. Start you on the side chain already, into the digital side chain reality, and that's how we get cross chain. I see your eyes looking to the side, the gears are turning.
Yeah.
Light bulb above your head just turned on. Ding.
I haven't figured out how it works with the metaverse. Honestly, that's like the big, just gaping hole in our strategy, is like, okay, how does this play in the metaverse? And like, does this, I don't know, is this does this facilitate a bridge, or does something like that, with everybody connecting their wallets already, you know, and deep into it? Like, but yeah,
here's your simple bridge. I hate to cut you off.
no, go for it.
Here's your simple bridge: is when you link in and you go to the in real life event, then you get airdropped a wearable, and that wearable is a smart wearable, which is very similar to, let me find here. I have to connect my wallet. Very similar to, you have different eyes or glasses that you turn on for your Decentraland character, which you can see different things. So you have different goggles or glasses that you have turned on that you can see, for instance, maybe a video screen that's up and live and running. So then here, all right, so you see it. So then I have these goggles right here. So these goggles I put on, and they go over my Decentraland wearable that you can get in an IRL event. And then
I
now
like that. That's good.
those, actually, these were to see Santa Claus at Christmas time. And then you see Santa Claus flying around in Decentraland, and he gives you this wearable over here, this jacket wearable that's just to this pink jacket wearable. So then you get this wearable from Santa Claus. But you can only see Santa Claus if you have those goggles on. So you get that when you go into the party. So we go into Vincent's party here in New York, and you get the wearables. Well, what does that wearable do with the crazy glasses? All right, I don't have the glasses on. I can't see anything. Well, I do have my glasses on. Now I can go into the Novoverse, and now I can see the screen in Novoverse that anyone else can't see, because I have, let me get my glasses on here again. And then now I can see it. So, and then now it's an airdrop you're giving people. So it's a pliability in there. So then now they're able to see what's going on in the Novoverse. So it doesn't need to be cross chain in the sense that you need to actually be on the mana chain, but you're delivering a wearable. And now this wearable, they can see the screen. So then now there's a DJ on the screen where they can see the party going.
No, that's a good, I like the in real life activation. Like that's a no-brainer thing to do. So,
and that makes it super rare to do it. So
yep, like
X,
only
Y, and
the
Z.
3 other people that walked in that, like, or hit that specific thing could get that. So that's really cool.
Well, I mean, Vincent's having a party going on in about 20 days. You have a platform with Flex. I have Decentraland, and I have the wearables made. I can distribute the wearables. All we need to do is collect the wallet addresses from the entrance for Vincent, and then they can get airdropped this. Now, Vincent can do it with anyone that owns his art, anyone that bought his photography that he has from when he visited Africa, could all be relied on that. And or you can do it reverse wise when people are there. That's kind of thank you. So sick. Wearable tickets. There you go. Wearable tickets. So you get in. We're already having people chiming in from the outside, thinking that this is a great idea. So then you can do it reverse and have it as a door prize. So then people come there. Hey, where's your wallet? Have an iPad there. Scan their wallet, MetaMask wallet, drop it in. You're going to get airdropped this from Flex. That's like gated for our next opportunity that we're having a party at wherever it may be. Art Basel Part 2 or whatever, ETH Denver or wherever you're going next. So I love these. I love when we do these live streams because they do kind of turn into live business meetings and talking over ideas. That's all it is. It's ideas.
Vincent, what do you think?
No, I really like it because the crazy thing is that we actually we have 3 big screens that we got that's gonna be showing NFTs, and we have like 4 iPads that's gonna be stationed all around the venue showing also NFTs. So definitely we could definitely turn one of the tablets to, like, people registering their wallet and stuff like that. And while Novo was talking about this, right? Have you ever been to a silent party before?
What kind of party?
A silent disco party.
No.
A silent disco party is the one that people go and wear the headphones.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah. So, like, well, you have been saying all this
silent rave, where you go to a rave, but you can't hear anything because everyone's plugged into their own music in their
in their headphones. Now, imagine when people are like physically there, but like wearing the same glasses, but like they're like digitally partying.
You want to take it the next steps in? You want to take it the next step? You get a whole bunch of VR headsets, and then you can plug in this Decentraland, this very Decentraland in VR. So then you can walk in and see all this art right here, and this art we can replace with your art. It doesn't have to be, this is from my wallet. This can be all your wallet. And this wallet, Jacob, you can just put a big advertisement sign here saying all these things are now accessible to X, Y, and Z because you know what? It's on the Ethereum blockchain, and my wallet ID is right there. It's public access. So we can do an NFT gallery, which is right up there. And then for me, selfishly, other people can come in and put their stuff in there. That's what I want to do. And then rent it out to whomever's next, Dan Sickle does his documentary drop. We could just put it right here on a live screen. Physical, digital. We could have tickets right there at the door. People can get it from you, Jacob, and we're off and running.
This whole space is just going to eat every other space and just make it such a better experience. Like that's the wearable tickets and all these things like this. Stuff is just going to seem like 5 years from now, like, oh, of course, wasn't this always a thing that happened? Every time you walked into an event, you got showered with virtual gifts and virtual stubs that you like, and it just affected your your on-chain sort of profile and criteria and status, everywhere you went. Like, I think that's where it's all going. And that's the 10,000 foot view. But yeah.
I love it. Let's revisit this offline and let's see maybe we can get going.
Definitely.
With it, because it helps me progress the space. Obviously, I think it's going to help you guys progress the space as well. But more or less, it's just fun. It's cool how we could see how we can just integrate and make things new, a new way of advancing ourselves, either into the Novoverse, into the audacity of NFT NYC here, or even if you just want to flex out, that's the whole cool aspect of all this.
Thanks for really solidifying the branding on that on my name there. I appreciate it.
Like how I wrapped all that in,
Uh-huh.
You asked how long I've done this. It feels like forever, and I'm able to wrap it in because you know what? I am enjoying having fun, and it is brainstorming. And Jacob, I really didn't have a deep dive into what you are into in this space. I know how hard Vincent's been in this space, and that's what it is. It's an ongoing story that I'm telling, and you're part of the story, and this is one of your chapters. So how thick you want to make that chapter is how often you want to come back on and tell this story. So
cool, man.
Coming on, and Midwest represent, you're same time zone as me. So this is the time I'm open and free, and hopefully we can have you on as well. NFT Sketchbook, thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it. We had some good listeners and good viewers. I do have a meeting I'm actually 6 minutes for a prior one, but we're getting more listeners hopping in here. Hopium Club, thank you. Keymaster Club, Soho House for the crypto. Oh, awesome. I love that. Soho House, if you need some ticketing processing with that, I know a great person, Jacob Brown. That's JWB_Brown. Yep, Soho House has already given us some love on that. This is recorded, so double back and look at what we recorded here. I have it on YouTube. I have my YouTube channel. All these are recorded. Twitch as well. We're up dancing here in the Novoverse. One thing I do, if I could see, I don't have it in this wallet. I just changed wallets. I do have some wearables, and my wearables that I'm coming out, Vince. All right, you're asking what I'm talking about? I made a wearable that I'm actually going to be wearing in real life when I'm in New York. And unfortunately, it's not your dashikis. But what we can do is maybe we think of making wearables like this, so that we have that in Decentraland, like just format it like that. And then we have it in the Novoverse that people can just buy. And maybe that's something that we put up for sale or your party. Or what I'm doing is I'm giving all mine away for free. So Jacob, I got free wearables. We can link, and maybe I'll give them away for free at Vincent's party and see how we can loop it in. Vincent, if you want to get some wearables tossed in there as well, it costed me about 100 mana and then about another $500 in Ethereum for someone to design it. That's the same guy who made the Novoverse. Oh, look over my shoulder right there. Look, these are the wearables I'm going to make. These are them in the picture right there. The other one, and I think there's a green and black one too. Oh, the other one passed by, but that's what I'm going to be making. So those wearables are going to be in the Novoverse, and you're going to be able to dance. You know what? Maybe I'll see if I can find a sneak peek of it. Hold on a second here. Hold on. I'm telling myself to hold on a second. I'm in charge of the button. Let me think. I got to go to this, that. All right, I found it. Here it is. I just submitted it a couple 7 hours ago. And it's gonna look something like that. And that's gonna be everything that's blue and green are gonna be glowing in Decentraland. And I have a physical suit that I'm hopefully gonna be wearing on stage for NYC NFT. So I want to tell people IRL and and DCL will be the same exact get up and setup. So then you can bring it in and I'll be dancing right along right here in the Novoverse.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, my friends. Let's loop in with a meeting. We'll put one on the docket. You guys are on the DM in there. Vincent, you know how it is. Much love. Jacob, it was great. We're going to continue dancing into the future of the metaverse. This is Crypto Novo saying stay positive and love life. Peace.
Thank you so much. Enjoy, everyone.
See ya.
As always. Thanks for tuning it in. NFT Sketchbook. If you want to join the show, just shoot me a DM. We're live every Sunday, and we are live every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Don't forget the Monster Mondays. Stay positive and love life. Peace.